Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us here. I'm Jordan Smith. This year, the fireworks show at Riverfront Park was briefly interrupted after a false report that there was a shooting at the park. On your screen here is a look at Riverfront Park from our Skycam as that fireworks show was abruptly stopped after reports of an active shooter began to circulate. The Spokane Police Department quickly dispelled those rumors, but not before panic spread through the crowd of people there. Madeline Mullins spoke to someone who was at the show and has the story.
It was absolutely terrifying. Like, having hundreds of people running at you is like the worst possible thing to happen.
Terrified. It's how Riley Williamson felt when word spread of an active shooter in Riverfront Park Friday night.
We started hearing like, yeah, there's a shooter. There's a shooter by the clock tower, which is where we just were. And we were like, oh my God.
That fear grew when people began running.
And my mom's disabled, so we were scared of running because we were seeing people like falling and getting trampled and stuff.
Crowds of people moving all over the park, no one quite sure where the supposed shooter was. Some people fleeing the scene so quickly, they left their stuff behind.
Because there was so much confusion about what was going on, people tell me they didn't know whether to run or take cover. Williamson tells me her family decided to take cover underneath this bridge.
But thankfully, this all turned out to be a rumor. The Spokane Police Department says a fight broke out and reports of a man with a gun spread. Once on scene, police learned there was no gun, but the false reports of an active shooter caused many to panic.
And, you know, people are like, there's like children screaming, and we still don't know if there's a shooter or not. We didn't hear gunshots, but everyone keeps saying that there's a shooter.
Shortly after, the police sent out a public service text, letting everyone know that there was no danger, and the fireworks resumed. The Parks and Recreation Board said in a statement that it works closely with public safety on their safety plans for large public events in the park, and that events like last night are a reminder of the importance of their work and our collaboration. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, we did have a cool start to the weekend this morning, but don't let that fool you. Our temperatures are really going to heat up this week, and Jason Valentine is in studio here to tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, it was kind of the exception that proves the rule for July. We've been hot for the last 3 weeks, but we had that break. I hope everybody enjoyed the break, because it's about to head on out. Good Saturday, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day today. And yes, we're looking at some more sunshine. We did have some cloud coverage this morning and a little bit more cloud coverage in the afternoon, but it's starting to move on out, and we're going to be looking at much nicer conditions as we head into the next couple of days. So summer is definitively going to be back. So on our radar, we are free and clear throughout our regions. We did have that shower activity this morning, early this morning, and thank goodness we need the precipitation that's nowhere near what we need, but still it is very helpful. So look at the wind action. We are looking very light. We're going to continue to see light winds for tomorrow, for Monday, and most likely into at least the middle part of our work week, as we had quite a bit of gusty winds, not helping firefighters for the last week or at least half week. So this should help any other fires that are hanging around in our regions. So area smoke, speaking of fire, area smoke, we still have smoke kind of around us, but nothing really in the state of Washington, which is fantastic news. We hope that continues, as we were worried a week ago at this time that we were going to be having a lot of problems with smoke, and current air quality is pretty much good throughout our areas. So things are really looking nice throughout our regions. So our evening planner, we are looking at a little bit of cloud coverage into the evening and into our overnight period. A little cooler overnight. We're going to be around 57, our overnight low, but get ready for the heat to start heating up tomorrow and especially next week. I'll get you ready for all that. My full forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, thanks a lot. Check out this new video of a brush fire burning west of our news station along North Government Way. You can see that smoke starting to billow out there. We noticed a large plume of smoke on our Skycam earlier this afternoon around 4 o'clock. Several units responded to the scene, and our reporter on the ground told us that firefighters appear to have put out the flames. We got a call into the Spokane Fire Department, and we'll keep you updated with any new information. Be sure to check back on our website, KXLY.com, and of course on the KXLY app. Turning now to the Siegel fire, which continues to burn near Rosalia. Evacuations have been reduced for the 698-acre fire from level 3 down to level 2, and we'll show you a map of where that fire is burning. If you live between the area of Bonnie Lake and South Wells Road, shaded on your screen here, you and your family should be set to evacuate if conditions worsen. According to fire officials, containment on the fire grew to 11% overnight. The burned acreage also increased since yesterday, but this was largely due to the burn lines being used to get rid of grassy areas near the fire. The Siegel fire has been burning since Wednesday, July 2nd. Measles cases have surged to a record high since the disease was declared eliminated in the U.S. According to data from Johns Hopkins University, there have been over 1,200 confirmed cases of measles this year. The vast majority have been in Texas. 3 people have died, and all of them were unvaccinated. Measles was declared eliminated in the U.S. in 2000, just 25 years ago. However, the nation could lose its measles elimination status if cases associated with the outbreak continue to accumulate through January of next year. Turning our attention to the catastrophic flooding in Texas. Take a listen.
This current was so strong, it picked up concrete and just ripped it and shoved it down the river.
This man describing the historic flooding in central Texas this weekend that's already claimed 32 lives, including 14 children. Search and rescue efforts continue today. More than 24 girls who were at a summer camp along the Guadalupe River are still unaccounted for. The governor has issued a disaster declaration for a dozen counties. These conditions are the result of heavy rainfall. Some areas receiving nearly 7 inches of rain in just 3 hours, and more is on the way. ABC's Maria Villarreal reports from Kerrville, Texas.
The devastation stretching along Texas's Guadalupe River 1 day after catastrophic floods tore through central Texas. Helicopters hovering over trees, performing urgent rescues like this one. Crew members picking someone out of the branches.
We've evacuated over 850 uninjured people.
The Guadalupe River reaching 26 feet high, the second highest recorded height in history.
You can actually see the power of these floodwaters right behind me. That's actually a trailer that was about 100 feet away, now wrapped around this tree across the river. It looks like that is a mobile home, some sort of building wrapped around those trees as well. The owner of a nearby restaurant says it was devastating the night that these floodwaters came pushing through. She saw cars floating down the river, people still inside honking, begging for help.
I had 28 RVs parked right here, and every single one of them got washed away.
The city of Kerrville seeing some of the worst devastation.
Please pray for our community. This is a hard day.
In nearby Hunt, Texas, families urgently trying to find their loved ones at Camp Mystic, an all-girls summer camp of 750 children. Congressman Chip Roy says one of his children's schoolmates was among the missing.
She was on a mattress for 2-3 hours in the middle of the night, and she's united with her mom, and that's wonderful. And those are the kind of blessings that we should be celebrating, while we're also mourning the loss of life.
Residents urged to remain vigilant even as floodwaters recede.
The water did recede into this morning. I do want to encourage folks with road damage, even though a road may be open, please use extreme caution.
Mireya Villarreal, ABC News, Kerrville, Texas.
Well, still to come here, the support continues for those healing in Coeur d'Alene from Sunday's deadly ambush. How one fire district is shifting an annual tradition to raise money for the families of the fallen. And in this week's Air Forward Venture, we're flying over the Jasper Mountain Reserve in Columbia County. Those shots from above coming up.
And clouds and rain greeted us on our Saturday, but we're starting to see warmer temperatures, more sunshine. That is a trend that will continue. I'll explain why in my first alert weather forecast coming up next on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
The outboard boat races return to Old Town, Idaho and Iowa. Details online.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. It's a commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
The 4th of July sale is on now at More Furniture with explosive savings on premium mattresses. Choose from your favorites like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy and save up to $600 on select premium mattress sets. Best of all, for a limited time, you'll get 72 months interest-free financing. That's 72 equal monthly payments, no interest and no money down, plus free white glove delivery and removal of your old mattress. Visit More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
Working individuals, couples, and families in Washington could get a refund of up to $1,290 on taxes paid in 2024. And if you didn't apply but qualified for this credit in 2023 and 2022, you could potentially get up to $3,745 for 3 years combined. To see if you're eligible for this annual tax refund and learn the steps to apply, visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
All across America.
Good morning.
Hello. Wherever we are, welcome home. It feels like home.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Man, it's good to be home. GMA, it's an invitation to come together.
George, how are you? Good morning.
And brighten your morning.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. It's a commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
Welcome back for this week's Air 4 Adventure. We are soaring above one wildlife sanctuary in Columbia County. Let's go for a ride on the Air 4 drone over the Jasper Mountain Reserve near Dayton.
Welcome to Jasper Mountain Reserve. We are in the heart of the Blue Mountains in Columbia County, which is about 40 minutes east of Walla Walla, with 330 acres. And over the last 2 to 3 years, the vision came to put it under conservation easement. We started to work with the Blue Mountain Land Trust. We want to share it. We want to share it with people who value nature preserves, who value the tranquility up here. And that was a big portion of the drive to open it up to the public. I'm very keen on telling people why we are doing what we are doing, what you can achieve of former forest lands. Then some of the areas here are not native growth. Some of them are planted. How do you bring them back into a native state? How do you habitat restoration that benefit future generations? And that was basically one of the main drivers to open it up to the public and to bring people that value this up to the reserve. We have a lot of cross-country skiing trails in the winter, and especially hiking trails. The reserve has 13.1 miles in aggregate of hiking trails, exactly the distance of a half marathon. So we have 3 trails. The first one is called the Red Trail. It's in backup, and it winds itself through the different ridges and different biosystems. Habitat is basically the perimeter trail inside the entire reserve with a length of 5.3 miles. It's just an adventure every time I'm at the reserve, and I see animals and wildlife and plants every time, something that I didn't see yet.
So absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Another Air 4 adventure. Good Saturday to you. Hope you've had a wonderful Saturday so far. Again, we started with all that cloud coverage and rain, and things have improved a lot in Coeur d'Alene. Taking a little bit for the clouds to get out for Spokane, but we're looking at a mighty fine day and or evening ahead, and we're looking at a mighty fine Sunday and next work week if you like the heat. So the sun and heat are definitely coming back. Winds are going to be taking a back seat. We've had gusty winds past couple of days. Dry conditions taking over, and the 90s are back as soon as we get to Monday. But today, a little cooler than we expected. Expecting lower 80s. We're just going to kind of settle into those mid-70s. So we're seeing a little bit of cloud coverage. That's from that system up in Canada. Other than that, we are free and clear on our radar. And that shower activity was a very slow system. Came through this morning. It didn't have much of a punch, but it was pretty consistent with that, just drizzle into the morning. In our forecast radar, let's take a look at what we can expect into our evening hours. Mostly clear skies, again, some will-o-wisp of clouds. By Sunday morning, you're going to be looking clear and nice. Again, if you wonder what time it is, you can see the timestamp up top on the title. And as we get into Monday morning, a lot of folks who had the weekend off and hopefully Friday off will be heading back to work. Clear skies, and we're going to be seeing mostly clear skies for the week ahead. So thank goodness we had that shower activity this morning. Though it was slight, it's at least something as we're going into more dry and hot conditions. So take a look at this temperature trend. We're going to apex by Tuesday with a high of 97. We do have the chance of seeing triple digits, but right now it's looking like the upper 90s. Then by Wednesday, we're going to level out to lower 90s, upper 80s into the weekend. So we're looking at another hot weekend next week. So hot conditions. And again, besides yesterday and really today, we're just a touch below our average. We've been well above our average, and that's going to start again tomorrow. So hot temperatures are here. Mid-70s throughout much of the Inland Empire. Lower 70s for Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry 68. Hot spot, our friends down in the Tri-Cities. They were in the mid-70s at this time, so they're up 13 degrees from last night. Most of our areas are up right around 5 degrees, maybe even close to double digits there for Pullman. Pullman was chilly yesterday, so warming up, and we're just going to continue to warm up till we get to Tuesday. So light winds out there, and we're hoping the winds don't grind to a halt. It's never good when we have stagnant air, but we are seeing much lighter winds and no gusts among them. So that is good for firefighters doing any residual fires from the 4th. So 85 tomorrow, 91 Monday, then that big 97 on Tuesday. And look at all of this sunshine. So dry conditions, light winds, plenty of sunshine and hot conditions. So make a plan before you head out for your work week on how you're going to stay hydrated with sunscreen, all that kind of good stuff. It is going to be a beautiful but hot week ahead. July continues to sizzle.
That's the July weather we are used to. Jason, thanks for that. Around the Northwest, support continues to pour into North Idaho for the firefighters killed and injured in Sunday's tragic ambush on Canfield Mountain. Today, the East Side Fire District used its annual pancake breakfast to help support the families of the fallen. The pancake breakfast includes raffle prizes, logo wear, and an opportunity for the community to, quote, fill the boot for the fallen firefighters. Kids at the breakfast also made personalized get well cards for Tisdall, who is still recovering in the hospital. In Spokane, No Lie Brewhouse is collecting donations for the families of the fallen. Since their announcement earlier this week, they've already raised $30,000. It's collecting donations at its brewhouse in Spokane. And later on this month, No Lie will host its Fight Fire with Beer event on July 18th and 19th. USL Spokane is launching a third soccer team with a new purpose. How one Velocity player's idea to give opportunities to athletes with disabilities is coming to life. That's coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Boom! So much for you.
Sounds like someone's got the munchies.
Is it too much to ask for you to play a little bit better?
Wouldn't make much difference with your aim.
Hard to miss your big head.
Okay. Hey, we said no head jokes. Build your own munchie meal.
Or get mine.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq, a once daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 4 years.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
It's the biggest trade-in event in America this week at both Cal locations and the Cal Auto Credit Store on Division.
This is your chance to trade in anything, and I mean anything. Boats,
snowmobiles, motorbikes, trailers. Whether it runs or not, we're cleaning up America.
Making it the perfect time to upgrade your old ride to something better. Plus, delaying payments until September 1st with top dollar for your trade-ins. During Cal's 4th of July Great Trade-In Event.
This Independence Day, celebrate the land of the free and the home of the bizarre. As H&I presents Rod, White, and Blue, a Twilight Zone marathon.
It's an excursion into the odd and into the very, very different.
A 4-day star-spangled marathon of iconic Twilight Zone episodes.
And you're invited to partake of it.
The Twilight Zone Marathon, all this weekend, over the air on KXLY 4.3.
Behold my Jackraps, 100% all-white meat grilled or crispy chicken with lettuce, cheese, and sauces, and a warm tortilla for just $3. And they're under 400 calories. So if your goal this year was to save money and eat healthy-ish, we got you.
Spokane is welcoming its first ever professional soccer team for athletes with disabilities. The idea is thanks to one Velocity player who has a dream of changing the stigma. That's Nil Vinyals. He's always believed the joy of playing a competitive sport in a stadium and in front of a crowd should be an opportunity for all athletes, including ones with intellectual disabilities. The Velocity midfielder is at the forefront of the Project Inspire League, and the Spokane Impact will be one of the 4 inaugural teams.
Kudos to the ownership. They stepped in and they believed in the vision from day one, and they are really treating the team as a third team, which is what our vision was from the start, right? So Spokane Impact will be and will have the same resources as Spokane Velocity and Spokane Zephyr.
Tryouts for the Spokane Impact are scheduled for July 15th and July 17th. For more information for the criteria for tryouts, you can find this story on our website, KXLY.com. Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh was responsible for all the 4th of July fireworks in T-Mobile Park yesterday with his multi-home run performance. He had 2 unbelievable blasts out of the park, and it marked a huge milestone for not only Raleigh's career, but also Mariners franchise history. His 35th home run of the season ties Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr. for the most home runs hit by a Mariner before the All-Star break. Raleigh also broke his previous career high of 34 from last season, and he's got a whole other half of the season to continue adding to his total. The Mariners and the Pirates are back in T-Mobile Park with first pitch at 7:10. Seattle leads the series 1-0 heading into tonight. Last week, Charlie Condon was called up from the Spokane Indians to the Rockies AA affiliate. Condon was drafted 3rd overall to Colorado in 2024 and is now getting ready to showcase why he was a first-round pick. He's going to play in the 2025 MLB Futures game, where the best prospects team up and play in Atlanta for All-Star Week.
Kind of getting to bounce around and be around all different sorts of prospects and guys that are really good at what they do. And so getting to be a part of that game and having it be in Atlanta, where I'm from, is really cool as well. So I'm excited to get down there and be a part of that whole event and just get to be around super talented guys.
Condon says getting to play inside Truist Park in Atlanta is extra special, being it's a ballpark he grew up going to, and that Futures game is July 12th to kick off the All-Star Week festivities. Spokane Indians, though, are back in Avista Stadium tonight trying to get one more game up on the Tri-City Dust Devils, trying to get that series 3-2 lead. The fireworks show last night is continuing tonight as well. Apparently backed by popular demand for that sold-out 4th of July game last night. You got to run it back.
Absolutely, that's all you can. And I hear it's a spectacular show. So if you don't have any plans tonight, grab the kids, take them out to the park. Pretty good Saturday night. So
can't ask for better.
Right. Stay with us. Jason's coming back. One last look at weather.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
Made in America flooring. It's all on sale. Built to last, tariff-free, and marked way down for the 4th of July. Plus, 0% financing, big box prices, and small town service. Only at your local floor trader.
Watch this. It's all 100% real. Witness what happens to this woman's bags under her eyes in an actual time lapse in just minutes. Nothing has been doctored or tampered with. The very real problem will disappear before your eyes and hers with a revolutionary topical formulation that works in just minutes, and the effects will last for hours and hours. Over 1 million people are using this topical technique to visually reduce puffiness and bags. It works on sagging jowls, even fine lines and wrinkles on the face and forehead. Introducing Plexiderm. In just minutes, you can restore and beautify your face, even look years younger. And the look will last all day or all evening.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Jump on board and say yes to this amazing $14.95 Prove It Plexiderm trial. You'll see why our customers describe Plexiderm with 3 words. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Order right now. We'll pay your shipping. Operators are standing by.
Welcome to What's Next. For your community, for your career, and for the healthcare field. At Carrington College, we're training the next generation of dental assisting professionals, bringing you the hands-on training to be ready for a career in the dental health world. We're building on a proven legacy of career training, going back over half a century. So if you're ready to train for a career in dental assisting and make a difference in your community, we're ready for you.
Is your credit score costing you money? I'm Kirsten O'Connor. On the next Money Saving Monday, I'll show you how to build credit, fix errors, and what new medical debt changes mean for your wallet. That's Monday, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Relax with the Summer of Me.
Oh, isn't this wonderful?
Watch The Summer of Me over the air on MeTV 4.2.
Made in America flooring. It's all on sale. Built to last, tariff-free, and marked way down for the 4th of July. Plus, 0% financing, big box prices, and small town service. Only at your local floor trader.
Welcome back on this Saturday evening. Let's get you ready for Sunday. Plenty of sunshine, more sunshine than today, and highs in the mid-80s. So that's about 8 degrees above our average, and winds will be light. They're light tonight as well. You have a lovely evening tonight, and then as we get to Monday in our work week, we're going to be in the 90s. The hottest day will be 97 on Tuesday. So get ready for the heat to return. Summer isn't over. It was just a quick little break the last couple days.
Just a little bit of spring weather.
Yeah.
If you guys can believe it, there's some people who wouldn't want to go to the baseball game tonight. But there's a backup plan. The summer carnival still happening right now at Riverfront Park. You got rides, carnival games, food vendors. There's even a Ferris wheel. So if you can get over there, you still have time to check it out. It's going till 11 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow it'll be open from 1 to 6. Any of those rides look good to you, Sydney?
I get a little scared when we bring a Ferris wheel in. It could be removed so easily. I'm like, oh, that's a little suspicious. I don't know.
You'll happy watch.